What's up, Men's Health? I'm Wilmer Valderrama. Welcome to the EPU Gym. This is how I train. When I train more for performance more than for the look. Special Agent Nick Torres on NCIS, I had to chase the bad guys, I had to slide over the hood of a car, I had to do a lot of the fight sequences, and you had to do it multiple times over and over and over again. So for me, it was mostly about being able to just be capable of doing these things without pulling a hamstring, without injuring myself and all that. Sometimes it doesn't have to be the six-pack. Sometimes it has to be how you walk, how you move yourself, how you behave. There are things that I've done for the look, like the episode where I've had to take my shirt off. But for the most part, I want to be able to be strong enough and agile enough to run after the bad guy. I call it Chamber Change because for a couple of years, this place slowly started becoming like a sanctuary for not only fitness, but mental strengthening. Here's where I visualize, here's where I push myself, here's where I break those personal records. And it actually saved so much of my sanity and it made me kind of a stronger me. And now I want to show you this circuit that has absolutely saved my life when I'm on the road, and it's actually kept everything toned up and everything functional. All right, party people, let's get into it. I like to give myself 40 seconds if I'm doing 30-second increments, because you have a full 40 seconds of war. You got 10-second warning to push it, and then you have 15 seconds to go to the next station. All right, so that gives me 15 seconds to go to my first station. Just go at 6 miles per hour. Clock starts. Whenever that tells me to stop, I'll stop, but for the next round, it'll be more consistent. I'm on the go. I shoot 10 hours in between and running multiple businesses. I get up at 4:30 in the morning every day to work out. So we're going to our first station after the warm-up, which will be biceps. I like to start with the 15s because I'm worth it. So I wake up, I'm in the gym at 4:30 a.m. Around that time, there's the serenity of the night, nothing but you in the gym, and whatever music you want to play, you get it done. You take a shower, and then you go about your day. At that point, you're already winning, right? Like you already got that in. And we go from here, and I like to go with the 35s for the first Arno. Training is a mood stabilizer, right? I mean, when you get your body going, you get your blood going, especially when I come to work after the 4:30 a.m. workouts, I'm way more awake than everybody else on set, right? Like some people roll out of bed and go to set. I can't do that, right? I gotta get my blood going. Okay, right now I'm going to the rope. The rope is gonna activate your shoulder, activate your biceps together. And go. The diet is interesting, right? Because it just all depends on where you're at and where your goals are. For me, sustainability throughout the day is important. You don't want 3 o'clock to come in after a 4:30 a.m. workout and just dip and crash, right? So you want to make sure you have a healthy amount of carbs, because carbs are your friend. People think they're your enemy, but carbs are the ones that are going to get you through. Your body's burning that carb before you get home tonight. So now you give the arms a little bit of a rest. We'll go to the press. I like to start with the top one first, here, because it's a little bit more clutch, a little less extension. I keep a little pace because it's more cardio than lift. You're not trying to tear too much. But you're trying to get your blood going, and your heart rate up, and activate, get it all flowing, because eventually we'll do a full squat. We'll come over here. I'll give my legs a little break for a second. So the focus of this circuit is to engage the full body, right? When you're on the road or you don't have a lot of time to work out, you don't want to think too much, you want to engage your full body, but you want to give enough body parts, enough focus that they do really get some type of workout. At 20 seconds, you can just create a variation. And this is the one that's not fun. After all that, you kind of combine it all together. The shoulders, the biceps, the leg press, and your core. My exercise routines have changed so much throughout my career because every role and every phase of my life is a little different. But now that I'm a dad, I want to be Brad Pitt status by the time I'm 70 for my daughter. So I'm gonna keep it going. So we've just completed the first half of the workout, which consists of 3 circuits of all those stations. Now we're entering the second. The second one's gonna be more tricep centric. We're gonna transfer functionality to the chest, and then we're gonna incorporate some back with hamstrings as well. You don't have to know that now. Now you can just follow along. So we start with a simple, just like get the blood in there. As you can see, I give it a little tilt at the top, just because I'm worth it. All right, now I go to a heavier. I tend to go with like a kickback, so 35s. Wait for the clock. Burnout sessions of this circuit training is meant to really get your blood going and get your muscle stamina up. To me, the focus of this is to make sure your body stays alert, fluid, and make sure that that at no matter what time you're asked to be, to do something, that you at least can run after your child. Always rack your dumbbells back. This one's a crowd favorite. After all that, your triceps are a little burned. Your chest has some fluid going, but this one is never easy for the burnout. The overview of my training goals are very simple. It's prevention. For me, it's important to be strong enough that no matter what life puts in front of me, that I'm strong enough to take the hit. In many ways, I think you're trying to rejuvenate. In many ways, you're trying to get some of those years back that perhaps you wasted in your, let's say invested in your 20s and your early 30s, And I think that's critical. All right, we go to the good old hamstring back pulls. I don't have the scientific terms because I'm so real, He bites. We did the triceps, we did the heavy triceps, we did the burnout chest, we did a little heavy chest, we did back and hamstrings. This engages your core. This is a good old dip. Everything has to work in order to get you up and down. I think there's something transformative that happens at that point. Your body is working for the clock, it's now working for that rep number, and something unlocks for you, right? You start focusing more on form, you start focusing more on mechanics and how your body's manually doing something as opposed to just getting to that number. And ever since I started implementing the clock, my form has gotten better. I've been a little bit more focused on the target, and I'm now more focused on the feeling than like what number I'm at. Okay. All right, so really use those 15 seconds to get you going. Now, we're gonna do some hanging knee ups. All right, so if it wasn't sassy enough, we're gonna go to the assault bike. You go as hard as you can.
Wow, yeah, good.
All right, so that's the second half of the workout. You're done now, 2 to 3 rounds of that. You should feel pretty spent. Take deep breaths, don't forget to stretch. But honestly, so happy you would spend this time with me because this has saved so much of my sanity in my life. This gym, this time that I spend for myself really has made me better. And I know that if you're watching this, you're looking for a place to go. You know, in these places, you're always welcome. It's early in the morning, so Daddy gotta go to work.